Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back.
To another Monday Grub Bag.
Let's do only half.
Sentences for this whole video.
That sounds
like a great plan.
Here we
go.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
It's time
to talk
about
our lives. Well, that was fun. This is our series where we answer all of your most burning questions. We get these questions from the comment section in our weekly Monday Grub Bag videos.
You love doing an intro for every week. I'm surprised that you do the intro again.
I think it makes it more of a series.
Yeah.
If it begins the same way.
I can tell.
Every time. I want people to come here on Mondays.
For Monday Grub Bag.
And start the video and feel at home.
Wow.
To the sound of my crooning voice.
All right, well, Shane has selected some questions from the comments on the last Monday Grub Bag. All right, first question. What is your guys' least favorite snack?
This is a fun one. We always get, what's your favorite food?
Yeah. I know my answer.
What is it?
Dried fruit.
Ooh.
Won't eat it.
Why?
You could also say trail mix with raisins. Anything that has raisins, dried, anything. I don't like it. I've always hated it. I think it's gross.
Is it the flavor or the consistency?
Both.
Really?
I don't know if I've ever really eaten enough raisins to even know what the flavor. I just think they're so. It's the consistency and the look of dried fruit.
I've only ever eaten raisins when I was at summer camp for a week, and I became constipated. I was a kid, and it wasn't as an adult. And they took me to the camp nurse, and she gave me magic raisins, she told them, to help me with my bowels.
And did it work?
Nope. Day 5 came around at end of camp, and I had not yet done poop.
Wow. I think it was probably more of a mental block.
Oh, totally.
You just didn't want to poop at camp.
Yeah.
All right.
My least favorite snack is almonds.
Almonds?
I think the almonds are the blandest, worst consistency. They have the consistency of chalk. I think that people who say that they like almonds, if they are being genuine, should also enjoy eating cardboard and drywall.
I like almonds.
Then take a bite out of the wall. If you're being completely honest,
they're good.
They are not different.
Yes, they are.
And then people eat them unsalted.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Ugh.
Okay.
I hate almonds.
This is apparently the question that we're most passionate about. So, good question.
That's the end of the video.
Okay, I have a libations question for Hannah. What are your top 3 EANABs, and then in parentheses, equally appealing non-alcoholic beverages to order in nicer restaurants? I love the Arnold Palmer. Curious if you are more soda, juice, mocktails, milkshake, or something else.
Go ahead. This is your area of expertise. EANEBs or whatever it was.
EANABs.
EANABs.
All right. If I was brave, I would order a Shirley Temple, but I've never done that because I am embarrassed to say that out loud. I shouldn't be. We've talked about it. Everyone's like, why would you be embarrassed? I don't know. I just am. So I like mocktails if they have a non-alcoholic cocktail section.
You get real excited when they have that area on the menu.
Yeah, and so few restaurants have that, at least that we've gone to. So I'm always excited when they have that. I'll always get something off of it. Otherwise, I'm more of a Sprite or a Coke. If I'm at a place with milkshakes, I will get a milkshake.
But you're wary of them, I feel like.
Milkshakes?
Yeah, that you're is this gonna upset my stomach and ruin my dinner?
Well, it's always gonna upset my stomach, so I have to weigh it. Or will I prefer to just get dessert after? Because if I drink a milkshake, I'm not gonna want an ice cream sundae after.
That's true.
So I've got to weigh pros and cons.
Yeah.
But I think more likely it's a mocktail or a Sprite. What is his best or favorite joke, and which joke is Hannah tired of hearing?
Oh, this is a good one.
I wish I had read these before because I feel like I could have thought about this. Or maybe thought about it for a week and then gotten back to you when I got irritated at your jokes.
I know one that annoys you that you've never found funny, and yet I do it all the time. So our family all plays Wordle, as everyone else in the world does. And whenever Hannah is doing her Wordle, I will say to her, see, I find it so funny. I say, hey, you might when I think about the word, and I emphasize the word might as if that is the word of the day.
Every time.
I find it so funny.
I don't find it.
Hannah's never laughed at it.
I'm like, okay. All right, so for best or favorite, at least for me, I think it's not so much a specific joke, but Shane's ability to stay in a joke character. Like he'll start a joke. His jokes tend to be long. Like he'll pretend something is happening, and he will stay in it no matter what I say.
I commit to my bits.
Yes, you commit. And so I think that's my favorite, is just the absurdity. And I'll just try to get weirder and weirder to try to get him to be like, okay, I'm out. But he never gets out.
Like, my most recent one is I had this character who is obsessed with Nespresso and believes that he drinks Nespresso even though we just have a regular coffee pot. And it's so dumb, but I
almost put Nespresso on your Christmas list because it's so confusing as to whether or not you actually really want Nespresso.
That's the point of the character. And by itself, it's not that funny, but when I stick to it for days and weeks at a time.
And every time you drink coffee, you rave about the Nespresso machine that doesn't exist in our home.
Specifically the Nespresso Americana, as I like to call it, which
not a thing, I don't think.
Nothing, but...
How long does it generally take to edit a video? What software do you use? Are you self-taught? How do you select thumbnails, titles? I'm so interested in the behind the scenes of YouTube. A video like this that's sit down, probably an hour.
About
an hour.
Depends how much, like, how many cuts you have to do.
Yeah.
And how spot on we were.
Yep. Probably an hour, maybe a little bit more.
How many inappropriate things I've said.
That I have to then find and cut out, yeah. If it's like these videos, we typically don't put music, like all of that stuff, so it's like not as long. If it's a travel video, that is probably like 6 or 8 hours.
Because you're working with a lot more B-roll.
Yeah.
You have to make music, make it match the music.
Yeah.
All that.
So all that stuff.
Hannah edits using Final Cut Pro.
Yep.
Hannah edits pretty much 99% of our videos.
Yeah.
I'll help out here and there, but she's way better at it than I am.
Are you self-taught? Yeah, neither of us has ever really taken any editing classes. I feel like you probably watched, did you watch videos about it?
I watch a lot of tutorials, yeah.
I should, but I don't have the attention span to sit there and watch them.
Well, you do when you have an idea, when you're like, oh,
how do I need
to figure out a way to do this, then you do.
Yeah.
I do it preemptively, and then don't apply that knowledge to what I'm doing.
Perfect. And then how do you select thumbnails and titles? That's Shane's department.
It's collaborative, but yeah, I more spearhead that one, and I tend to present Hannah with like my top couple of options.
Yeah.
And then we talk about which one will be best.
Yeah, and that's relatively new. We used to just sort of pick a random thumbnail from the video, but Shane watches a lot of videos about YouTube, and it's, everyone talks about how important the thumbnails and the titles are, so I think that we've been putting more effort into that recently.
Yeah, definitely.
Why did you stop opening fan mail on video?
I put this one in just for like the chance to say that many of you send us things to our P.O. box. We love them. We reply to many of you personally. But we used to do mail opening videos, and at some point it just began to feel weird, like spending an hour opening up gifts that we've received. And they're small. I appreciate them so much.
Yeah.
And many of you we've become friends with along the way, but I don't know, just didn't feel like the right vibe for us.
Yeah. And people were sending a lot more because of those videos, and now that we don't really talk about our P.O. box, we get a lot less.
Yeah.
It just feels more natural than us being like, we're going to open stuff on camera, so send it to us.
They were fun while we did them.
They were fun, yeah.
But now we open in private.
Okay, Hannah, what is a quality Shane has that you admire and wish you had more of? Shane, what is a quality Hannah has that you admire and wish you had more of?
Oh, I know mine. I can go.
Okay.
Hannah is so good at arguing. Her logic abilities, her reasoning, her just general background knowledge of things make it so hard to argue against her. And I find that really appealing, and I envy it. That whenever I hear her arguing with someone, I'm like, oh, they lost, Hannah won. It's over.
Yeah, I feel like mine for you is kind of similar to that. but the opposite. I feel like Shane.
He's so bad at arguing.
No, Shane just doesn't feel the need to argue as much. He just doesn't care about things as deeply as I do. Like when things happen, he's like, okay. And like I have, I think, a little bit more intensity in how I like think about things and care about things, and he's just more lackadaisical.
I was going to say lackadaisical.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very laid back. Things don't bother me.
Yeah, things bother me a lot.
And you get fired up. And then you crush the problem.
Yeah, I've had more practice arguing because there's more things that I feel the need to argue about.
All right, everyone. Our camera's running out of battery. Yep. Perfect time, man.
Glad we planned ahead.
So, we're going to look for our other battery, and we'll see you in our next video.
Yep.